Now, the Ghana Police Service in the Ashanti region has granted bail to Ohiniba Nana Asiedu, a Kumasi-based radio and television presenter. He has been charged with publishing false news, a violation of Section 208 of the Criminal Offences Act 1960, Act 29. The Wontumi FM presenter was detained by the Ashanti Regional Police Commander, on November 23, after he was invited for questioning. The arrest stems from allegations that he encouraged voters to cast their ballot for presidential candidates on different days during the upcoming December general elections. Now, clearly, this is an issue of fake news, according to multiple officials who monitor the election space. The National Commission for Civic Education, the institution charged with educating the citizenry on elections, has been commenting on this particular matter. The commission issued a statement not long ago condemning the actions of this particular journalist. Let me go on the phone lines and speak to Victor Brobe. He's a deputy chairperson of the commission, as the National Commission for Civic Education. He's joined us online. Sir, you're welcome to Eyewitness News. Before we even speak specifically about this issue relating to Ohiniba, how widespread is the issue of false and fake news in this electioneering period, and how is that affecting your campaign to educate the citizenry on proper voting processes?
Good evening, Omar. It's a good interview. It's a pleasure to be here. It is somewhat widespread. I would not describe it as being a very general problem, but we have had multiple reports of situations not unlike this. Situations where false claims, statements that are false or misleading are being in some places employed for advantage. So this is definitely a concern going into the upcoming election. But to be honest, we anticipated this somewhat. These kinds of acts have become a feature of politics worldwide. So whether you're talking about the U.S. election, whether you're talking about even the Brexit campaign, you will see individuals trying to make use of how widespread and how democratized the media has become to try to gain some unfair or some irresponsible political advantage. And it's something that us at the NCCE, given our role in ensuring that the public are well informed, is aware of and takes a strong stand against.
Now, this specific issue of Ohiniba is clearly an information intended to mislead voters. As the NCCE, what do you say about that specific issue, and what's your reaction to the arrest by the police and his commentary prior to that?
Well, we are very pleased by the arrest, very pleased by how quickly the police has responded to his actions. The kinds of things that he was doing are directly contrary to what the Constitution has set us up to do. We have been tasked, we have as our mandate, given citizens civic education and information about about our democracy and our democratic process. And then this individual, for entirely parochial purposes, is doing precisely the opposite. Fortunately, he did it in a way that potentially allows for some criminal actions to be taken against him. And I'm hoping that this serves as a deterrent for others who have been or are thinking about taking undertakings of similar kinds of election-related disinformation activities.
Now, he works with a media house which is owned by the Ashanti Regional Chairman of the NPP. Clearly, there's politics at play here. How is politics, if it is at all, affecting your education to the citizens ahead of this election? Do you find yourselves having to undo, or having politicians undo everything you're doing? Is that what is happening, or this is a single different case altogether?
Well, generally, the messaging from politicians is quite responsible. This is something of an outlier. And the challenge, not just with politicians, the challenge also sort of derives from the way in which media house ownership is in Ghana at the moment, where we have some increasingly media houses that are more and more partisan. So it's really a challenge on two fronts in terms of what political actors say and shouldn't say, and in terms of just the landscape of our media. But to respond to your specific question, yes, we do have instances where politicians say things that are not only just irresponsible, but are contrary to the general democratic message and spirit of a constitutional democracy. Things, messaging that is focused not on ideas, on issues, but on necessity and religion, etc. We decry that, and we try to counter that by giving citizens they need to make objective choices during the electoral process.
Very well. Thank you so much for speaking to us, sir.
You're very welcome.
That's Victor Brobe. He's a deputy chairperson of the National Commission for Civic Education, NCCE, speaking to us here on Channel One Newsroom on Channel One Television.